Good morning. Good morning. No, I'm melting. Good morning, good people. Um, Here we are. Today is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Tuesday, what does that mean? That means at 10 o'clock we're shooting the show. And Atticus von Atticus has arrived. Undersergeant extraordinaire, friend of Charlene. Pouring my libation. Interesting. That is lemon with cinnamon. Provocative. Okay. So this is, here we are. Good morning, fellow humans. Why are we here? We are here to help our students and interested people on their journey through this life. Why does it matter? Because our life is a trajectory of what happens when we are no longer in this mortal coil, when we have shuffled this mortal coil. And so that could be a question for Atticus von Atticus. What are you doing to prepare for later? And most people say, well, I will do that tomorrow. Okay, cool. What if tomorrow never comes? Right. Exactly. So be on the right trajectory is what we say. Okay, we have a really big shoe today, a really big shoe. All right, so our theme of today is, KPVM-25, show number 2 today. Show number 2 today. We'll fix this in editing. Show number 2 today. Cool. Yeah, we've got some really good guests. We have Associate Pastor Tony Manuel from Trinity Church Assemblies of God. Originally from Vegas, traveled around Navy, cool, etc. We're going to be talking about business growth, pro or con. Right. And then our second guest, Mark Kampf, not Mein Kampf, Mark Kampf. Mark was the county clerk, and he is moving to Arizona. He's leaving the Nevada frontier, going back to be one of the city folk. And so that's going to be an interesting conversation. And then as soon as that's over, we're getting in the car, heading to Lost Wages, heading to Sin City, heading to one of the 7 greatest cities in the world, where we will be meeting Pastor Hal Shaw from Turning Point USA Faith, talking about, who knows, transformation, trajectory, who knows? And I will say the shadow do. Yeah. And then we've got another meeting down there, and then we're going to be coming back. I got to get ready for school in 2 days. Bonk. This is my book, Redemption. Well, I should probably do it this way so you can see. Oops. Haven't gotten too far. We're in the first 50 pages. Not even halfway through my reading assignment. Okay, but who cares about that? No one. Why should it matter? Well, there's reasons, but let's talk about our show. Let's get some advice from an 80-year-old. Advice from an 80-year-old. Make it a habit to do nice things for people who will never find out. Yeah. People who will never find out. Okay, cool. How about Seth Godin? What is Seth? Oh, let's go back, rewind, edit, cut this, put this in. This is day 2 in week 3 of our neuroscience oriented approach to success. The State Penn workbook. We had to put that on there to make clear it wasn't the Penn State workbook. This is the State Penn workbook, not workbook. It's the workbook because you have to work to do this. This is 28 days, 4 weeks, 7 days a week, 4 hours a day, 28 days to get through this, which for us, people in the world of men and machines is really hard. But if you are in prison, 4 hours a day to focus on something is thank you. There is a God. I've got something I can put my mind to but for the typical person in prison, it's not 4 hours. It's more like, I don't know, 8 hours, maybe more. You can only get out of it what you can get out of it. So anyway, so yes, this is day 2 in week 3, outside my skull-sized kingdom. Next, now we can go on to Seth Godin. Leave yourself and out. That's in rock and roll quotes. Leave yourself and out. This is the first rule of safe turtle your car into a jam where you have no options. But the first rule of management and human interaction is to leave other people and out. Right. When you give people a chance to take action that helps them get to where they're going, they'll often seek to go there. Give them an out. When you give people a chance to take action and help them get to where they're going. Right. Because is he saying they're going? Did he choose that word intentionally? Meaning instead of where you're going. When you give people a chance to take action that helps them get to where you're going, they'll often seek to go there. Now, this is saying when you give them a chance to go where they're going, perhaps because you want them to go where I want you to go, but if I leave you in out, you're going to go that way. Ponder that. Ponder that. Ponder that. Correct. Okay. What else do we have here on our hit parade? Let's see. I want to give a shout out to someone who probably doesn't want to be named, but so I won't. She was kind enough to send me a YouTube video of a debate regarding the Sabbath. And the format was good. It was all professional. It was highly structured. It was good, except for one thing. One thing. One of the people was an expert and the other was an amateur. It's like a heavyweight versus a lightweight. A 52 ranked heavyweight versus the number 2 ranked lightweight. How's that going to go down? Quite likely in favor of the heavyweight. Why? Because he's a heavyweight. He's got more behind him. The lightweight might have better technique, more committed, more everything else, but they don't have that advantage of height. So reach and power. One punch and the lightweight is down. So it was an interesting, good debate. The format was good, except the lightweight, the lightweight guy didn't use the right arguments. He got too technical, too highfalutin, drilled down, looking for obscure little things and twisting words around. If it means this, then this, and we'll go that way. And if you follow this Rube Goldberg path. You will get to the end. You'll get to the campfire. You'll get through the forest, to the dark forest, and to the campfire. But you can't get there from here. So the problem with videos like that is people tend to think the heavyweight was right. Why? Because they don't really have the ability to analyze the arguments. They don't have the ability to say, wait a second. This is an unfair match. This guy, doesn't matter what this guy says, he has no chance of beating the pro, beating the expert. This is not cool, good, etc. And there was a much simpler answer that it could have been. I know it's cryptic for everyone else. So what's the takeaway for the people watching the show? Leave yourself a way out. Leave yourself a way out. And do nice things for people who will never know. Okay, so let's talk about day 2, week 3. Seth Godin. This is a very important week. This is the first week was why are we here? What are we doing? The second week is how does my brain work? Why should I care? Well, I should care because if I know how my brain works, I can dial in who I need to be right now. And going down to the base, who am I and why do I behave the way I do? I behave the way I do because of the way my brain is structured and the things that are in my brain. That's why I do the things I do. What's in here and how I use it. Okay. This week is how do I get other people to help me become successful? And for us, success is an equation. Success is a function of money times meaning and purpose. So the key is how much meaning and purpose do you have? What is meaning and purpose? Meaning means here we define meaning as act such that everything you do matters. How much of what you do during the day matters, right? For most people, it's not a lot. Just focus on doing things that matter. To who? Well, that's the purpose part. And so for us, purpose is service to others. So act so that everything you do is in service to others. Now you multiply that by money. Now you've got some kind of impact. That's where success comes in. Whereas most people focus on money, very little meaning. What they do doesn't matter. Pursuit of happiness, pursuit of pleasure, and no service to others. They make a lot of money and they go to church and they put $2 in the tithing plate. Or whatever, they don't go to church. They put $100 in the slot machine. That's who they worship. Okay, so most people pursue the acclamation of money, the acquisition of money. And they have very little meaning. What they do during the day doesn't really matter. And they don't put service to others. So those could be people who have a lot of money, but they're not really successful. They're just somebody with a lot of money who, when they die, a bunch of people would probably like to urinate on their grave. Okay, we don't want to be that person. We want to be on a trajectory to goodness, a trajectory to the light. When we look up at night, where is the light? It's up there. That's the trajectory we want. Upward, transformation, meaning, act such that everything we do matters, and in service to others. Okay, so that's where we're going. Now, I need other people to help me. I need people to help me get the money. I need people to help me focus on things that matter. I need people to help me in service to others. So I have the magnifier effect. So That's what this week is about. How do I get other people? Yesterday, David Logan told us, simple, join a tribe, nudge it forward. Join a tribe, nudge it forward. Tribe is a group of people, 20 or more people that are like us, 20 to 100 and something that are like us. It could be our church tribe, school tribe, sports team tribe, whatever, work tribe. We're all members of tribes. So he says, join a tribe, nudge it forward. Join a tribe, nudge it forward. Cool. All right. Today we learn, well, how do you nudge? And Seth Godin tells us the 4 steps to nudging. 1, find part of the status quo to change. So you're in this tribe. Well, what do we need to do different? What do we need to do better? Right? That's step 1. Step 2, tell a compelling story. Step 3, connect the true believers. And as important as that, ignore the non-true believers. Okay, ignore them. Dust off your sandals, go to the next town. Ignore the non-true believers. And lead them. That's it. Find part of the status quo to change, tell a compelling story, connect the true believers, ignore the non-true believers, and then lead them. That's it. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about one of those parts. So if we break it down, is it hard to find something to change? Step 1, find part of the status quo to change. Is it hard to do that? No, not really. It's not really hard to do that. You can look around, you can ask people. There's always something that can be better. 2, tell a compelling story. Okay. 3, connect the true believers. That's not hard. That's really easy because all you have to do is say, who's coming with me? Do the Jerry Maguire. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? And the true believers will say, like Dorothy Boyd, I will go with you. Right? And then lead them. Well, the leading them, we have all of next week is about leading. So we're not going to focus on that tomorrow. So there's 3 parts. We're going to focus on one of them tomorrow. Finding how to change the status quo. Find the part of the status quo to change that. We don't need to spend a day on that. Compelling story. Maybe. Connecting the true believers. No, absolutely not, because that's just who's coming with me. So that means tomorrow, by default, we are going to talk about number 2. Tell a compelling story. So tomorrow we're going to learn, how do you tell a compelling story? Right. And that will be Simon Sinek once again. So tomorrow is a really big shoe, how to tell a compelling story. And once you know how to do it, it's pretty simple, folks. Okay. Well, I want to acknowledge everyone's presence. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to tune in KPVM to Sunday night at 7. Yep, we're competing against 60 Minutes. Sunday night at 7 for the Nevada Frontier, KPVM, the Nevada Frontier, Nye County, the Nevada Frontier. That is on Sunday. We'll be taping it today with Tony Manuel from Trinity Church and Mark Kampf before he leaves us. And then later today, off to Las Vegas for another interview. Right. So with that, we're going to cut it short today. Well, it's not short. It's less long. Less long. And we're going to say, and cut.